Hey, what is going on, you guys? It's Rocket54 here, and I got another story for you guys today, and this is going to be a one-take story. No matter how many times I screw up, I am not going to restart it. So yeah, this is the first take, and the only take, I hope to God, of this story. So, yeah, guys, let's just get started with the story. I picked out a pretty good one for today. Kind of disturbing, but pretty funny. And so yeah, so hope you guys enjoy this story. Leave a like if you do enjoy it. I'd really appreciate a like on this one, you guys, because it is a really funny story and kind of disturbing, so I'd really appreciate a like on this one. So anyway, let's just get started. Now, this happened 7 years ago, I think, like 7, 8. It was 7 years ago. I was 8. I believe I was in third grade. I was either in second or third grade, but I think I was in third grade. Now, you can obviously tell by the title, it's called Weird Websites. Well, I guess you could call this story... Actually, I don't want to spoil it, so I'll get into what I could have called it later, because I don't want to spoil the story. But, anyway, so I was at my friend's house. And, I was in, like, second or third grade. I think... let's just say I was in third grade. So I was at my friend's house. Now, if you guys saw my story from last week... No, not last week. Well, yeah, it was last week. Last week's story, the Family Guy story. Like, it's just titled Family Guy. The Family Guy story. This is the same friend from that story. So, you guys, we're going to come up with a name for him. We're going to call him Sam. I think that's a good name for him. I'm not sure if I called him the same name in the Family Guy story, and he was also in my cheated death 3 times story, and I called him Will, I think, but whatever. We're just going to call him Sam, but it's the same friend from my Family Guy story. So I was at his house, and, we were having a good time, even though, like, a lot of times we would argue, like, over, like, who gets to turn on the computer or video games. Like, it was one of those kinds of friendships, but whatever. So anyway, we were in his parents' room. Because that's where the computer was. And my friend was on the computer. Sam was on the computer. And, he was just, like, playing random games. And he was on this computer game site called Pog.com. And, like, Pog is just, like, back then, like, Pog was, like, okay, this is, like, that was, like, the bad site for kids to go on to. Because it had such a lot of bad games on there, like, inappropriate games. But we found, like, this, but my friend was playing this one game called Pol, P-O-L, and you can also play it on Ancon as well, like, Ancon's, like, the best website ever, well, it's not the best website ever, but it's, like, one of the best, like, if you want to find, like, awesome games for your to play on your computer, just go to Ancon. But, so he was playing this game called Pol, like, Pol, P-O-L, and basically the objective of the game is, it's a naked fat guy that's running, and you have to guide him over, like, fire hydrants, I think donuts, and, like, landmines. And then, you get 3 lives, and then as soon as all of them are up, he falls over, and then the ambulance comes and gets him. And we just kept laughing and laughing, and so then, like, I was watching him play that for a bit, and then I just decided to go back onto his parents' bed, because, for some reason, he put on SpongeBob in every room of the house. Like, every room in the house where there was a TV, he put on SpongeBob. In the living room, in his room, and in his parents' room. So, basically, I was, like, after I watched him play the game for a bit, I was just sitting on his parents' bed watching some SpongeBob. And he said to me, Liam, how do you spell Newgrounds? Because he wasn't really good with spelling back then. Like, he is now, but, like, back then he wasn't really good with spelling. So, like, and I was, like, an expert at spelling, like, back then. And so he's like, Liam, how do you spell Newgrounds? And so I tell him, it was like Newgrounds. And so he's like, okay, because he wanted to submit his score on Paul and you had to submit it to Newgrounds. So that was what he did. And by the way, guys, I completely lose a score streak here in the gameplay. But so anyway, that's what he did. He went to that website. He went to Newgrounds. And, we just see, like, a bunch of games at first. And then, I'm like, okay, so that's all you needed? And he's like, yeah. And so then I just go back to watching SpongeBob on the bed. And then I don't even remember what he says, but, like, he's like, so, do you want to... He's like, something. He's like, so, do you want to watch this one or this one? And I was like, I don't know, you pick. And he's like, no, Liam, you pick. And I'm like, well, I don't know which one I should choose. I mean, like, you're the one that's on it. I'm just watching SpongeBob. You can choose. Because like, even though Newgrounds is a site where you can play games on your computer, you can also like upload videos on there. Really messed up videos too. And yeah, then he ended up finding one that was like, it was messed up as hell. I'm not gonna get into what it is. Yeah, and then he finds like a porn parody of SpongeBob on there, and I'm like, what is this? And then this is where it gets weird, like word, as Sawyer Hartman would say. But he goes on to this one video, and it was like a bunch of like photoshopped hentai pictures. If you don't know what hentai is, it's pretty much anime porn. And so basically, bunch of photoshopped hentai pictures. Like, let's just say, guys, I can never look at Naruto the same way ever again. And so then after that, a video starts playing, and it was like an hour-long video. I don't remember exactly how long it was, or if it was even an hour, but it was really long. I remember that. And so then, like, it just starts getting, like, really, really long. And, like, then, like, basically, it was like a hentai porn video. My 8-year-old mind was watching hentai. My 8-year-old self watching anime porn. Just think of that in your head for a minute. You're like, just imagine that. Just imagine yourself in my situation. What would you do? And like, in all honesty, what I did, like, I was just like, me and my friend, we were like kind of laughing at it because it was kind of funny, but it was also like really messed up. And I was like, what in the like, we were laughing, like we were laughing really hard, but we were also disturbed at the same time. It was so weird. But yeah, and then like I felt really guilty about searching it up after, and when I got home, I told my parents, because I felt like really guilty that we looked up that stuff, because, you know, we weren't supposed to be watching it. And yeah, then I told my mom, and, you know, she emailed Sam's mom, and she's like, yeah, his computer privileges are revoked. Long story short, my mom and his mom got into a fight over the phone, and yeah, so I'm not allowed to hang out with Sam anymore. Well, at least not outside of school. And we don't even go to the same school anymore. Like, he goes to a school that's like a bit farther into town, but yeah, so we're not allowed to hang out anymore. Like, you know, I mean, you know, if we run into each other on the street, or if he you know, wants to walk home from school with me, then that's fine. But yeah, so I'm not allowed to hang out with him anymore. So what I was saying, like, I don't want to spoil the story, I guess you could call this my first time watching porn or looking at porn. Although it was kind of porn, it kind of wasn't. But anyway, guys, that's all for this story. Please leave a like if you did enjoy the story. I would really appreciate it, since this is one of the more crazier stories. And I have a special 2-part story that's going to be going up next week. So anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this story, subscribe for more content. And remember, you guys, whenever looking at hentai, say